Hey guys, HW. Got a big vid planned today. I'm going to attempt to navigate around the outside of Port Jackson, better known as Sydney Harbour. Port Jackson, so named by Captain James Cook in 1770, named after Sir George Jackson, Commissioner of the British Admiralty. Apparently it's a flooded valley, or an ancient flooded valley. But I tell you one thing about Sydney Harbour and Port Jackson: it's the largest natural harbour in the world. And today I'm going to attempt to navigate around the outside of it using only public transport. I don't even know where the first bus stop is to get me out of here, Watson's Bay, over to the city. But first things first, let's suck in these beautiful views from Watson's Bay and do the weather observations. Today in Sydney it's going to be 22 degrees Celsius and the wind's from the northwest at 6 kilometres an hour. There's the Watson's Bay ferry over there, about to depart and take the punters back to Circular Quay. Not a great start. I missed the first bus heading into the city. See how we go. Look at the punters lined up. Pretty popular route. Starting to get a bit worried. Hurry up, bus. Finally a bus has turned up. I'm a bit stressed now. That delay at the start is going to make it really difficult for me to make it back here on time, to make the last link between Manly and Watson's Bay, to complete the loop around Port Jackson. But it's probably a godsend that I missed that first bus, because this one is headed to Bondi Junction, which means I should be able to make up a bit of time by jumping on the Eastern Suburbs rail line to get into the city. Next train to the city, 7 minutes, but geez, I'll be a lot more comfortable when I'm on the train, on the Iron Horse, whizzing through the underground and out to Central Station. And then the journey out to Parramatta should be fairly quick. There's a train in 2 minutes if we can get through these masses here. Now we need to get to platform 18 for the Parramatta train. And it's coming very shortly. Of course it's got to be the one right at the end, doesn't it? Almost the end, it's this one. Here we go, UBLT. Parramatta, that's where we're going.
Bush, Flemington, Lidcombe, Auburn, Clyde, Grand.
Now we'll make up some time heading out to Parramatta. It'll be pretty straightforward because this train goes all the way, but once we get to Parramatta, that's when the issues will start, because I have no idea how I'm going to get from Parramatta up the North Shore line to make it around as much of the Lane Cove River as I can.
This station is Redfern.
Another bit of bad luck. I really wanted to get that train at 20 to 1. I've had to jump on an all-stop station train 12:42 instead. So I'm going to get to Parramatta a bit later than I was hoping. Look at this chaos. Look at this chaos, and I'm in a hurry. I made the split decision to catch a bus out to Castle Hill. So let's go. So I'm on the 600 bus out to Castle Hill. Hopefully this will allow me to pick up a bit of time. Oh, here come the ghosts to check the tickets to see that you're not evading the fare. There's the Parramatta River down there. I must say I'm starting to question why I started this journey. That bus trip got to me a bit and it was quite uncomfortable, but it was the quickest journey I could find on the app while I was on the train heading to Parramatta. Alright, the next train's 2 minutes. I can't catch a break. When I get to Chatswood, I've only got 3 minutes to make it to the Northern Beaches bus. Otherwise, there's a long delay before the next bus. Great. Made it with about 10 seconds to spare. Right, there goes the 280 bus. I've arrived at Brookvale, outside the Warringah Mall. Now I think I've got to cross the road over there to get the final bus down to Manly. How are we looking for time? Let's have a look. 3:30 or just past 3:30, so it's looking good. I've made it easily. I'm down at Manly Wharf. I've got a whole 40 minutes before the ferry goes. And the ferry I'll be taking across to Watson's Bay. I didn't even know there was a ferry to Watson's Bay from here. I thought you had to go to Circular Quay first. So that was a true delight when I found out that ferry existed. So yeah, let's go and get a nectar now. And also I'll water the horses. What a luxury to have so much time in between these two legs. Couldn't find many coffee shops open, so I've settled on this place, Crepes au Bras. I think that's how you pronounce it. I wouldn't mind a crepe with the coffee, but I don't have time for that. I'm going to have to walk back down to the wharf. Wharf number 3 this ferry's going from. It's one of the companies that's contracted to do this particular route. We'll sit on the stairs of St Matthew's Church at Manly to have the nectar. And to my great delight, I found out the coffee was by the Roasters Mule Coffee Roasters. There's the mule just there. It's a little schnauzer there. Hey buddy. Or it might be a female. I think its name was Missy on the side. So true delight as I suck down this mule coffee flat white. Almost at the end of the long journey around the circumference of Port Jackson, Sydney Harbour. Steve, Carol and Brian, thank you for this nectar. Now let's get down to the wharf. Oh, here he comes, Captain Cook. As far as I know, for Captain Cook, this is the last ferry that goes directly to Watson's Bay from here. So I'm glad to see him. A few minutes late. I was starting to panic. But there it is. My chariot awaits. We stopped the clock at 4:57 p.m. back in Watsons Bay. We did it, guys. I'm back in the chariot that I used to get down to Watsons Bay to start this journey today of circumnavigating the outside of Sydney Harbour or Port Jackson. We started the day at 11:39 a.m. down here in Watsons Bay, and we finished the day at 4:57 p.m. In all, we travelled 90 kilometres, or over 90 kilometres, to get around the outside of Port Jackson, Sydney Harbour. We caught buses to Bondi Junction, we caught trains from Bondi Junction to the city, trains from the city to Parramatta. Parramatta we went on bus to Castle Hill. We joined the metro, and what a godsend that was. It took us from Castle Hill to Chatswood pretty quickly, which allowed me to catch up some time. We then went from Chatswood to Brookvale, Warringah Mall, and then we joined the bus for the final trip down to Manly Wharf. And it allowed me some time at the end to have a coffee, to have a nectar, and to have a bit of a poke around the wharf before boarding the Captain Cook ferry. And I used my Opal card, so still counted as public transport, and got back to Watsons Bay. So it can be done. So all in all, I'll tell you how long it took. It took 5 hours and 18 minutes to do that journey. I had a few disruptions along the way. I didn't have, quick connections between some of the points. But there you go. 5 hours and 18 minutes around the whole of Sydney Harbour, including Middle Harbour, North Harbour, the Parramatta River and the Lane Cove River. So now the challenge is over to you to see if you can do a quicker time than that. 5 hours and 18 minutes. Thanks for coming on the little journey today. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Likewise, if you like these sort of videos, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next vid. The video is over.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe.